Good evening and welcome to another episode of A Migrant's Journey. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm bringing back all the vibes and kicking off the new year. Yeah, it's been March already, time flies. But I'm kicking off again this year with a few amazing stories. So just for people who haven't seen this before, this is the 43rd episode of the series. I kicked off A Migrant's Journey with a sole objective to share stories. When people think about migration or even international students, that for that matter, they think the picture is rosy at this end. You just come here and everything works out, but the struggles migrants and international students go through are really, really bad, I would say, but there is a reward to it as well. So that's the reason I'm sharing these stories, so that you're better prepared by the time you come here and you can make the most of what we have here. So this is a 43rd episode, and today I have a very good friend and a very important story to share. Before we get into that, if you're watching this live on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, please leave a comment, say hi, hello, where you're from. Make some noise, because the more noise you make, the more people see this episode and the more people get benefited from this. So please do that, and it makes me happier as well. So that's a side effect of that. So please do that. Say hi, hello, and if you have any questions, please shoot them. We might not be able to answer it at this point of time, but at the end of the episode, or me or Mayank will get back to you at a later point of time. So let's get to today's episode. So today's episode, we have Mayank as our guest here. So Mayank, welcome to the show. How are you today? Mayank, you there? I think we have a small technical issue, but I'm sure we'll get back Mayank soon. Hey Mayank, you there? That's weird. So anyways, but I will wait some time to get Mayank back. So I'll just give a brief of what goes and why most migrants and international students kind of struggle over here.
Hello. Can you hear me, Vinesh?
Hey Mayank, you there?
Hello.
I think we have got Mayank back. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey Mayank. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Sorry.
Right. I think we lost you for some time, but that's cool. That's
Yeah.
technical. That's the inherent issues of doing events in live, as in you can go anytime and whatever kind of. Never mind, you're back. So welcome, Mayank. So can you tell all of us a bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Mayank, and I'm currently working as a construction estimator in Askin Performance Panel. And a brief intro that I came to Australia around like 3 years ago in July 2018. And I did my Master's of Construction Management from Melbourne University. And I finished that like last semester around 6 to 8 months ago. And after that, I was looking for a job, and I was looking for a job when I was studying as well. But I started my job from January 2021, a new beginning, a new year after COVID year.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
yeah.
So I know, I already know your story, so I know it's a very interesting story. But let's go way beyond, to the beginning, to the point that you decided to migrate to Melbourne. So my first question is, and most international students say they don't prepare a lot; they just come here and figure things out. So what was your preparation like before coming to Melbourne? What sort of preparation did you do? And we'll talk about what the reality was later, but what sort of preparation did you do before?
Preparation, I was preparing. I belong from a small city or medium-sized city called Gwalior. So I didn't have anyone or any friend or any relative who was studying or who has actually studied in overseas. So it was a bit challenging for me to find out people, so that to understand that how things actually work. So I started through LinkedIn. LinkedIn I started back from India. I tried to cold message to people that I'm this. Like even I get few messages from students who are trying to do masters now, and I try to help them as much as I can. And I got few people that okay, we can guide you basically that how things actually work here. So that was a pretty good phase of good starting, you can say. I found a
Mm-hmm.
good friend that who actually had done the same course from the same uni, and he was from India. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a fun fact that when I was planning to come, then I asked him that, okay, can you help me in finding a place that where to stay? Because that's the first most challenging task that international students think that, okay, they can
Yeah, absolutely.
book a B&B or something, Airbnb or whatever. But he offered me that, okay, one of the guys leaving from his apartment, and if you would like to get a place, then I can offer you a place. I said, oh,
Good.
that sounds perfect.
Awesome.
Means like
Yeah.
coming from India, that guy has done the same course, same uni. He can help me a lot. Means like to understand everything, and he has
Yeah.
actually helped me a lot. So that was the initial planning and preparation from starting.
Awesome. So that's good. So now, good that you had someone over here who can, literally help you through, how
Yeah.
to go from place A to place B and all those issues. So, what was your initial impressions like? And this includes, the cultural shock, one thing. Second
Yeah.
thing, education is very, very different over here. So, what were your expectations like, and what actually did happen? And this is a very important point for students, especially people who are listening from any other country or planning to come here to Australia. The education system is different, so it's good to be prepared. So, what are your suggestions on that?
Uh, So for me, it was like obviously for everyone it's different, but coming from an architecture background and doing a management course means like if any architect or anyone is listening, that's a very big tweak because after doing architecture, I was working for 3 years back in India, and I was not working means like not doing any documentation work or any written essay. I never done in architecture as well. So that was the first challenging thing which I was facing that okay, how to means like good reports or how to write good essays and everything. But the professors were really helpful. That's the one thing
Mm-hmm.
that I would suggest everyone. People are there to help, but you have to ask questions. If you are not asking
Very good point.
questions, the answer is always no. If you are
Very
asking
good point.
questions, that if you are means like it is like shooting arrows in the air. If you are asking, sending message to the cold people and everyone, then you are wishing that someone would hit the bullseye or somewhere, and
Mhm.
actually it hit. But you have to try your best, and that was happening. That I was trying to do my best, and I met few amazing people that who actually helped me throughout the process and
Yeah.
during the whole master's phase actually.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good point, Mayank. And I definitely know a lot of people from India relate to this because the education system in India, we are spoon fed. A professor will say, hey, you have to go for this session or workshop, otherwise your marks will be cut. Here, no one cares. No one literally
Yeah,
cares what you do. You do whatever you want, study whatever you want, but it also means that you have to figure out whatever the resources are there, good people are there, but unless you
yeah.
ask, you won't get it. And this is a very surprising thing too. Most students that I talk to say that they have zero support from the university, but when I
Mhm.
talk to a career advisor from a university, they said all our resources are underutilized. Then no one is there to use these resources. So again, comes to the point that ask, figure where you get that information, and that's very important.
Exactly.
Now, yeah.
Even just give an example from the Melbourne University. Like they have Stop One as a board, so
Mhm.
they are there to help you about everything and anything or everything. But at last, you have to go and ask questions because nobody knows that what you are suffering for
Yeah.
anything means like it's your thing that you should be keen, and especially if you are coming overseas, means like you are first of all you are taking a huge risk that you are investing. I won't say spending money if you are doing on education. I always say it investing because at
Absolutely.
last you are planning to achieve something higher from there. So it is like
Very good.
investing. And if you are investing that much money, you should be keen to achieve as much as you can. And that
Very good.
spark should be in you.
Very,
Yeah.
very valid thought process, and it's very important as well. Thanks for sharing that, Mike. So before we go to the next question, we have about 20 people live on LinkedIn, but I don't see a single comment. I just want to do a mic check. Can you hear us, guys, or are you just watching two puppets just making faces out there? So please, if you can hear us out loud, or if you can say hi, hello, that'd be great. Now, most important question of all: when did you start your job search journey? I'm sure you've enjoyed your university. I hear there's a lot of work to be done in uni, but there is a point where you start job search seeking as well. So how did you start this? I'm sure over time it evolved. Your approach evolved. So how was your beginning? And what was the kind of advices you're getting around? And how was that? How did that process kick off?
That's okay. I started job search after 1 month I came to Australia. Means like
that's
I'm
awesome.
talking
That's
about
very early.
yeah. I'm talking about job in my industry. I'm not talking about hospitality or any job. I got that job. I was working in Domino's. That is something else. But I'm talking about the construction or the architecture job because I thought that okay, I have 3 years of experience in India. That might help. Let's start sending applications. Let's try. So during the university time and whenever there was a break of university, I was trying as much as I can. But the thing which you said that it evolved according to the along with the time, and that was happening. And means like when I see my resume, I was sending 2 or 2.5 years ago, and now I see my resume. It's like you can't even think that it would be like I can say that it was like a kindergarten was student was child was had made that resume. Means like that's how you actually, and that's the thing that when you start talking to people and when you start showing your documents, because okay, for job search, cover letter and resume are the two weapons you have when you, and only those two weapons you have in your fight, and you don't know in which fight you are gonna go. And from fight it means like you don't know which job you are gonna apply, and you and until and unless those two documents are not polished, it's impossible to find a job. And that's the most important thing I learned, that okay, there was some time that I was for 7 days I was just working on resume. I talk to people, they give me feedback. Okay, work upon this, polish this. It keeps on refining, and then okay, this is something very good, now it should be sent. Okay, then you again talk to people, then they again give you suggestions. But at last you should have like a gut feeling that okay, now this is perfect, and this has been done, that this much I can do. So awesome. I started looking for job 2 years ago, but it was a good journey and I enjoyed it.
That's good. If you enjoyed it, it's good, and it, like I always say, it's about the journey rather than the result. So good point on that. A couple of questions on what you said right now. One thing is, what was the environment around you like with other people? I mean, one thing, and I know that you kind of put your foot down when it came to part-time work. So, but there are a lot of other people who just get stuck in that cycle. So, what are your comments on that?
I concluded that as a trap at last, I will tell you. Means, one of my friend told me this word, that part-time is a trap, literally. Means like we think that we are earning enough to adjust or to take out our expenses or whatever we are our priorities over here or anything. But at last, that you didn't come for that. When you think in a deep way, or when you have a retrospection of yourself over you, then you understand that that was not the plan. Okay, part-time was the plan during when you were a student, but even if you can get something when you are studying, that's the best, like the cadet role or any other thing, any other placement if you can get. But that was the thing, that I was getting too comfortable in the dominoes. That was happening with me as well, that okay, I am earning good sum of money, I can take out my expenses, I have some savings, I am traveling, I'm enjoying. But there was a one day then when I thought that this is done, I can't do this anymore. Means like so that was the one of the phase when I decided. Means like even I have given the full-time opportunity from the Domino's, that okay, you can start as a full-time, and you will get this sum of money, all of those things. But okay, I told them, okay, let's give me some time, I will think, I will discuss with few of my close people, then I will get back to you. And then I concluded, no, this is not, I don't want to do full time. Then
Yeah.
after even I was working part time, then I decided, no, I don't want to do even the part time. Before I got the job, I took this huge risk that
Mm.
I had quit from the Domino's, and I didn't have any job. That I had, I frankly, I'm telling you, I had like only sum of money I can sustain 3 months in Australia, and that was my
Mhm.
plan. That if I get job in 3 months, I'm gonna try 200%. If I
Yeah.
won't, I will think of other alternatives. Means like there would be
Right.
something better in India, which would be waiting. So
Absolutely.
taking risk and coming out from your that trap is very very
Yeah.
important if you
I,
want to. Yeah,
I still remember we having that conversation. I think it was
yeah,
in a JLB daily update, and you were confused
yeah,
whether to take it or not. And
yeah,
you set your priorities straight. That's the best way to put it.
yeah,
You set your priorities straight. It's not an easy decision. Keep in mind, whoever is watching this, job search is a full time job. Unfortunately, you can't just spend an hour a day, apply for all sort of roles, and expect
yeah,
things to happen. It just doesn't happen that way. You have to put a lot of effort. I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you have financial struggles, or if you have to survive, you have to do that job. But from what I hear, you don't have to work 7 days a week to survive, right?
exactly.
You have a higher goal, so make sure budget what is the amount you need to have a survive, or have keep your tummy full, if that's the right way to put it, and use the rest of the time to work towards what you came for here. That's very important. Now, second thing, resume. You said that you talked to a lot of people, you talked to them, you got feedback, you refined it. Unfortunately, I think people are very, very lazy when it comes to a resume. They either would like to pay $200, get my resume done. It doesn't work that way. Or you copy paste some template, you put XYZ your things, and you just submit and hope that things will work out. Apart from yours was a cycle, you went back and forth and back and forth, but it was not just the resume, was it? It was the people who you were talking to as well. That was probably more important than refining your resume. So what are your comments on that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That I met so many amazing people during my job search that few of them I met through. There's a portal called Ask Alumni of the University, Melbourne
Awesome.
University, in which you can connect to your alumni, and
Mhm.
actually they are volunteering. So they are, if you they are on that portal, they are there to help you. Means like it's a voluntary job. Means like people come and say that, okay, if any alumni, or sorry, if any student is contacting us, we are there to help you. Well, help them. So
Mhm.
there was a time that, okay, I had decided at least I have to talk to two alumni of the university. Will set a Zoom meeting, will set a Zoom catch up. And I think I spoke to like 10 to 15 people of the university. I mean, it's like, okay, that was the plan, that, okay, within 2 months, I spoke to 15 people. Few of them gave very good feedbacks during the, obviously, all of them were not like, okay, and none of them actually helped to get me a job, but all of them gave me some few tips that which helped me to build up this good profile or good resume or good LinkedIn profile or whatever you like to say.
Mhm.
And there was one of the lady I remember that she actually gave me like 1,000 or 1,500 words feedback on my
Oh,
resume and my
awesome.
cover letter. Means like I can't thank her enough. Means like
Mm.
that was the time that, okay, that review changed everything in 360 dimensions. That,
Yeah.
yeah, means like it's like you have something but you can't see the talent. It was like that, okay, you have few skills but you're not putting them together, or you're not putting them in a right way.
Mhm.
And obviously the JLB community was literally very helpful. So
Yeah.
yeah, means like talking to people, getting feedback. So that was the thing which I was trying to do. And there was always one thing used to go in my head: what else? Okay, I
Yeah.
am trying this, what else I can try, so which can change my vision or change my approach.
Mhm.
That was the only thing which I always used to think: what else I can do,
Absolutely.
what else I can do.
That's
Yeah,
awesome, Mayank. I
yeah,
absolutely love your approach on that. Now, important question. Um, you said you talked to a lot of people, but you said
yes.
you did not get a job through them.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand that point. Why are you? I mean, people obviously ask, why are you wasting time talking to random people? What's the point of it? You're not getting a job. You're not getting a lead. You're not. If you think that way, you're not getting anything. So what are you getting there?
No, means like if you are being selfish that if that person is gonna give you a job, then obviously that never gonna happen. Means like you have to think that you are building a connection with someone, and that's the most challenging thing. That even I'm trying to still maintain that those people I met, that can I sustain or can I maintain that what do you call connection till long or till a further time. And so that's the thing, that you don't have to go and think just one thing, that okay, I'm talking to you, can you give me a job in your company? No,
Yeah.
obviously no, that person is not going to do for you. He doesn't know you. Who are you, bro? So to ask that question means like you have to think logically that okay, if I'm discussing something valuable to that person, that how that person can give me some of his input or some of his experiences. So that's what my question always used to be, that what were your experiences, what were things you were facing, what means like what values you can give to them and what values you can achieve from their outputs, basically, that you have to
Absolutely.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's more of a learning curve, and it's good to talk to
Yeah.
people. And trust me, by doing this, I was talking to a few people in my last meetup, and what they said is, you're increasing your sample size to get lucky, right?
Yeah.
Everyone says getting a job is a lucky thing, right?
Yeah.
But there are things you can do to make yourself luckier. That's what you're doing by talking to people. You never know what's going to happen, and it's very,
Yeah.
very, very important. Now, let's get to the point. So, how did you manage to get a job in the end?
Okay. So the job, which okay, that was the phase that when I was quitting the Domino's, that in that week, it was November last week, and I
Mhm,
got 4 interviews.
mhm.
And I was like, okay, this is something really good. And if I am getting, and there was a long time that I was
Yeah,
not getting any answer at all.
yeah,
So I was like, okay, now even if people are looking at my profile, then there is a possibility. So let's leave Domino's, give 200% over here. Means like people are looking at your profile, they actually are seeing and they're contacting you for interviews now.
mhm.
So I got two, like, yeah, 4 interviews during that time, and I got 3 rejections. I like, okay, this is not going right. I have
Yeah,
quit Domino's, and that was my last day at Domino's, and my manager
yeah,
asked me that, and that was the third day when I last day when I got the third rejection. That
mhm.
do you want to think again? Do you want to continue? Then I said, no, that is not happening. Don't.
Yeah,
I'm coming, trying to come out from the
yeah,
trap. Don't
yeah,
just try to put me again where I'm trying to come out.
yeah.
Then that was the next day. I was like, okay, this is not going right, not going right. Then on the after a couple of days, I got a call that, uh, okay, you have been selected. I said, okay. I was clueless because the place I got the job, in the job interview requirements, the first thing was
Mhm.
that you should have 3 years of experience. And
Okay.
I still had applied because
Yeah.
I thought, okay, let's give a shot. I love the company and I love how what they work and how they are
Yeah.
doing that, because it's a company I'm working. It's like around 50, more than 50 years old company in Australia and New Zealand, and they have like 12 offices in Australia and New Zealand. It's a big company, so I thought, okay, let's give a try, and that's why I had applied. And I was actually, that's the first thing I was like, okay, I was ready for the rejection from this place because I knew that they're asking for 3 years of experience. But I got like 3 rounds of interview.
Mhm.
So I was like getting a bit confident. Okay, maybe there could be a positive
This
sign.
is the one.
So yeah, maybe that's the one. Exactly. So yeah, and it was good. Like I had very good interview sessions, and I was trying to be as calm, composed, be myself. And there's okay one interview trick which I would like to share here,
Go
that
for it.
we have this earlier, like, which is high power post, and I did
Mhm.
during this before this interview as well. I just finished my work around 6:15, and I was like, okay, I have 10 minutes. Let's clean up and let's set it up and do that high power pose for 2 minutes. Those people who
Yeah.
don't know, high power pose is basically just stand like this, and if you can Google it, or there are many videos on YouTube as well. So basically, it increases your focus, your attention, and do whatever you are trying to do after that pose. It is really very effective, and I did that before every interview I did. So when I
Mhm.
got learned about this thing, so
That's
try that.
awesome.
It's a really
Yeah,
effective thing.
I love the high powered pose, and it makes you feel like you're the king or queen of the world, and that's what
Yeah,
the target is also.
yeah,
Now, quick question. I remember you had up and down story after the interviews.
yes,
If
yes.
that's okay, can you share? What happened over there? It was a very tricky time, I remember.
Yes, it was. So it was related to, okay, I have so they had offered me job, and
Mhm.
there was a bit of confusion related to my residence right, that
Yeah,
I am a PR holder or citizen or some,
yeah.
or a student visa or TR holder or whatever. So
Hmm.
and they thought that I'm a PR holder, and I have been offered a job, and now have the offer letter. I have signed that back, and so I got the offer letter on 7th of December.
Yeah,
I sent it back. The deadline was 15th of December. I sent it back
yeah,
on 11th. On 11th or 12th, I get a call. Yeah, on 11th itself, that can you send your residential right? I said, okay, I will send you my visa document. She's like, oh, that's a big confusion. That are you not a PR holder? And I like, no. I said, no. And then it was like, okay, let us get back to you then. I like, oh my goodness, am I gonna lose this job now because
yeah.
of my citizenship rights or things like that? But they showed good confidence in me. I'm actually very fortunate that being not a PR holder, it is not like you can't get a job. First of all,
Yeah, absolutely.
you have to put your efforts, you have to show your skills to the people, that they can show that trust in you. Because to find first job, it is like they are also risking, because
Hmm.
it is like, okay, they are risking upon you.
Yeah,
Okay, you are trying your best, everything, but they are also risking upon you. So you should have that confidence that you can show that, okay, you can do this job, you are literally qualified to do this job. So
absolutely.
it's up to
Yeah,
you. So working rights, it's a clause, but you
yeah.
have to work hard. That's the thing.
I think it's
Yeah,
all about how you sell yourself. If
yeah.
they like you,
Hmm.
companies even go to the extent that they can sponsor you if they want to. But are you worth
Hmm.
it? They have to absolutely understand that you're worth it, and that's very key. Now,
Yeah.
wonderful story. Thanks for sharing that, Mike. Now, okay, before I ask that question, if you have any questions for me or Mayank, please leave a comment on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook. If it's a short question, I can take it up for Mayank, or if it's a question, you leave it there and we'll get back to you. So, what would your advice to other international students be? Especially during these tough times, it's been really, really tough. What would your
Yeah.
advice be? I am reaching out to so many people, but one of them we already talked about is part-time work. Most people say, "Hey, I work part-time, so I don't have time to spend, in other things." So, what would your advice be to the international students out here?
Advice feels like, okay, the first thing which we are discussing, talking to people, it is very, very, very effective. Means like, even I didn't realize it early phase, but it is the one of the thing that it actually keep building your things together. So when you talk to people, they everyone give them a bit of golden nugget of their journey. So if you are
Mm,
collecting those golden nuggets, you have a whole pile of golden nuggets. So now it's your duty or your obligation, I would say, to understand those conversations and utilize them in your job journey phase, job search phase, basically. And talking to people is very important, and talk to like-minded people that who are looking for job, what they are doing, what you are not doing, basically, so you can understand. So that's also comes again, that when you are talking to people. So, and there are many portals as well. So as I said, one of the Ask Alumni.
Yeah.
Another one which helped me a lot was Project Displaced portal. So it's a very good one that you can get good feedbacks, or you can have good sessions about your LinkedIn or resume writing or many other things, and it's a free of cost. So and there are many highly qualified people that who are there, and you can get some good points over your profile. Another one is JLB that I was a part of. There's
Yeah.
yeah, so it helped me a lot. And the one of the thing I would like to share, that which was the most I can uh, say, which was related to the interview sessions basically. Okay, you are applying for a job, but are you preparing for interviews? That's another thing. That okay, if you are sending applications and someone, uh, suppose that companies answered you today that we would like to schedule interview after 2 days, did you have any preparations? Because interview is not something that you can prepare in one day. It
Yeah.
takes time. It's also another whole journey interview process,
Absolutely.
because there are different questions according to the level of interview you are, according to the job you are applying. It could be different for the construction, different for IT, for technical, and all of those things. So that was the one other thing that JLB community actually helped me to prepare for the interviews. We had few of the sessions in which we were practicing about the interviews.
Right.
So whenever I got interview, okay, that if the company asks me that, okay, are you ready for interview tomorrow? I can say yes, because I was preparing for that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so that is the one of the important thing, that keep preparing for different things. Don't just focus on the sending application.
Yeah.
Take out time for yourself as well. Go
Yeah.
out for walk, go out for run, meditate. It helps a lot. I used to do it. I do it a lot. And take time for yourself, but keep job search as your priority as well. Don't keep it, okay, you will get it because you have graduated from RMIT or Melbourne Uni or from other university. It is not like that. It's
Yeah.
highly
I,
competitive.
I
Yeah.
can't agree more on what you're saying, Mike. And that focus is very important. You think, you just apply and get the call, and then you'll figure out how to go ahead, right?
Yeah.
You're risking your opportunity. You're gambling with the opportunity you get at that point of time. So it's very important. I'll touch on a few points that you mentioned. I always say this: networking is my trump card. You
Yeah.
have any questions, resume, what do I do in my career, how to make my LinkedIn, any questions at all, network, talk to people, and you'll figure out answers for that. Unfortunately, they won't be people who give you ready-made answers. You have to figure out what it is, and it's very important. Sitting at home and scrolling through Facebook or LinkedIn is not going to, unfortunately, give that answer to you. And you talked about JLB a few times already in that, so I'll probably touch a bit on that. So Job Search Like a Boss is a group coaching thing that I do. Mayank was a part of it for 2-3 months, and we did a lot of fun activities in there. Interview preparations was one, and laying the foundation, which I still believe most people don't do. Who are you? What do you like? What roles are you going for? What domain do you want to work for? Answer these questions. These are very important, because if you can't answer these questions, nobody else can answer these questions. Don't think a recruiter will figure out what is best for you and give it to you in a platter. That's not going to happen. You have to invest a lot of time in yourself. So that's what JLB is about. If you want more details about JLB, log into my website or reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you out with that. There are a lot of people in there, and it's super fun. So now I'll thank you for your story, Mayank. All inputs. I'm getting a lot of comments. I'll probably highlight a few of them. I think Maladi has been very keenly listening to this, because her episode is coming next. I think she's looking for golden pointers from you, Mayank. So I think she mentioned a few things. Yeah, she mentioned daring to ask is 50% work done, which I agree. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So it's very important to ask. Kimaya says her background is same as mine, so it was really inspiring to listen to your story. Bhavya asked on YouTube. This is an interesting question. throw it to you, Mayank. I'll also share my points. Should I leave my part time to focus on it, on my career? So, what are your thoughts on that? We'll briefly talk on that.
I won't say just leave because it's also a part of your financial, like managing your finance as well. But prioritizing is more important. Means like rather than leaving your part time, that if you can manage your financial, because maybe you are working. Okay, the part time is known as for the student or to sustain your expenses. It is not for
Absolutely.
the savings, which I think and which is the common thinking, I reckon, that it is for your expenses. So try to work that much that, okay, if you are working twice or thrice in a week, that's enough for you, I reckon. That if you are working 20 hours, which is government is saying, if you are working for 20 hours, you can pull out your expenses. If you are
Yeah.
not going to Crown or Hayat every day. So basically, yeah, so work that much. Try to think, okay, rest of the 4 days, I'm just devoted to the networking skills, to talking to people, to refine my things, to do LinkedIn courses, to do Coursera courses, to try all of those things, because that is the one of the most important thing as well, that segregating your time into different zones.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and
Yeah. And
if you can leave, and if your finances, if your wallet allows you to take that risk, I would definitely say do that.
absolutely. Very
Yeah,
good point, Mike. And I also absolutely agree. You need money to survive, no questions asked. Don't borrow it from parents. That's not what you're here for.
yeah,
But you don't have to work 7 days a week to get that money. And I think you know that better than all of us, right? So work how much ever you want to, but understand that you have to do a lot of other things to get your job, right? If you have enough in savings, take that leap of faith and make sure that you're spending time very wisely. Don't spend 7 hours a day applying online and just scrolling on LinkedIn. No, that's not going to work. There is stuff that you have to do. You have to be very strategic. Don't waste time. Don't keep knocking the same doors. There are tons of doors there. Explore whatever it is, and you have to diversify on that. So that's very important. So a few more comments. Garima is saying, "Hi Vinesh, very informative and inspiring session." And Sarah is saying, "Congratulations, Mayank, all the best for the year." So Sarah is also in JLB. I think you remember her as well.
yes.
So a lot of comments, a lot of viewers, excellent episode. So how do people reach out? I think a few people are asking, how to reach out to you, Mayank. So would LinkedIn be the best way to do it?
Yes, definitely. Anytime. I'm always
Yeah.
there to help if I can, as much as I can.
All right, awesome. So I've
Yeah.
tagged Mayank in the LinkedIn post, which is broadcasting this live. So go check out, connect to him, ask message. If you have any questions for me or Mayank, just leave it in the comment and I'll get back to you. But otherwise, I love Mayank's approach. It's very important to stay focused, remember why you are here, and invest time on that. Don't get caught in the part-time trap. That's what he called. Don't get caught in that. Have a very focused approach and be curious and talk to people. Talking to people is a very, very important thing. So thank you so much, Mayank, for being a part of this. Is there anything you'd like to share or anything that I missed out?
Uh, no, I don't think so. Just best of luck.
All right.
Try to take your journey as fun going as you can, because don't think in a way, means like try your best that you won't regret. Basically, if you are putting your 200%, if you are not getting, that you won't regret. Basically, if you are not putting your efforts, then if you have to do some other things because you are not getting job or there is something else planned for you, then it's not a regret. But basically you have to do things as much as just put your whatever you have, yeah, every ounce of it.
Absolutely.
That's what they call. Yeah,
Absolutely. The journey is equally important as a destination. Don't just
yeah,
target the job. The job will come. Doesn't mean you are going to grind through each and every day that you're surviving. It might take months. Hopefully not. It might take weeks. It might take days. But you never know that. You never know that.
yeah.
So you have to enjoy what you're doing. That's very important. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope all of you enjoyed this session. If you like it, like I said, this, by the way, is a 43rd episode. If you want to watch 42 other amazing episodes, head on to my YouTube channel. It's all there. Um, Please like, share if you really like it, and if you think it's useful, share it to your friends, and add comments and share. put comments and make me happy, plus spread this video as well. So we have another episode coming on Wednesday. Maladi is I think she's already watching this. She's ready for this. I'll see you on Wednesday. Until then, bye-bye. Thanks, Mayank.
Thanks. Pleasure having you. Bye.